the last few weeks, I noticed that the private equity digital playbook is changing. So what digital initiatives are given priority in this crisis? When I started with private equity value creation, it was 2009, the height of the last recession. This was the time when private equity firms got more hands-on with their portfolio companies to help them through the disruption. For most firms, this was the first time they formed an operating team focusing on cross-portfolio initiatives and hired their first IT operating partners. In my experience, PE firms always had an effective playbook for managing through business disruption. And in 2009, they added some digital strategies to the mix. In those days, it was spend analytics and e-sourcing to help companies reduce cost and never expand. It was also the time when firms started using sales analytics and e-commerce as core elements of a crisis management playbook. A good example was how Apex turned a publisher called Auto Trader after that last crisis into a completely digital company. There were many other examples like that. So fast forward to today, and we're going through another disruption, and most PE investors have a well-tested digital playbook. Many have portfolio CTOs, CIOs, or chief digital officers. As business continuity plans are put in place at their companies, they now have digital strategies added to those plans. Many firms realize that companies with digital experience would come out of this crisis much stronger. There is also an opportunity to accelerate the digital laggers to lead in the next economic expansion. So currently, I see 4 big digital value creation plays emerging. There is a surprising resurgence of e-commerce projects among PE portfolio companies. Whether it is luxury apparel or eye care, the biggest lesson of the crisis is that companies with limited e-commerce capability and inflexible distribution channels saw their revenues evaporate. Safe to say, there won't be a successful company left without the ability to completely shift online as needed and have the proper distribution to back that up. With social distancing, automated e-commerce clearly outperforms other channels. The other major change is automating contact centers. As workers work remote, contact centers had major issues with remote access and expanding call volumes. Those that had automated chatbots, for example, fared better as phone lines were completely jammed and emails went unanswered. This was worse in industries like healthcare, clearly, and also in financial services because of increased refinancing and business loans. There is a new automation wave in call centers, with bots augmenting agents, handling non-critical inquiries, and even automating remote access. There are also machine learning algorithms and tools deployed to help triage customer calls and handle email inquiries. The third area of digital expansion is due to the disruption of supply chain. Machine learning and analytical tools are being used to assess supply chain disruption and shifting customer demand. Bots are being used to reroute purchase orders, start renegotiating supplier contracts, and step up customer retention efforts. The last point of focus seems to be cloud migration. Now, this is not new, but as many companies got caught with inflexible and hard to assess on-premise systems locked in data centers, more and more firms are looking at finishing migrating applications to the cloud. That will last some time, but I believe it is inevitable for business continuity. This crisis is changing the digital playbook once again, and it is being formulated as new digital winners are emerging from the chaos. In the end, we will all learn from their stories. Talk soon.